Brendan Allen, Fluffy Hernandez. I texted you. I said I don't really mind Fluffy's grappling too much. You wasn't the most entertaining for you. Dominant
And
win.
yeah, no, a win's a win, right? In the UFC, especially against a ranked fighter.
Mm-hmm.
And I was so heavy on Brendan Allen prior to his last couple of losses that it was almost like Brendan Allen took he looked good in the first round, right? Like on his
He
feet.
was fighting back. I think once he lost a couple scrambles, he
And
just
he
kind of packed it in.
and then he had Hernandez in a tough choke too. Like Hernandez had to slip out of it. Like it
Mm-hmm.
was a tough choke. He had that head kick too, and then Hernandez wanted to more get take it onto the ground. So it's crazy because sometimes when you see two guys that are so good and so evenly matched, it looks boring, but it's very technical too.
Mm-hmm.
And it's such a high caliber fight that it's a game of inches almost. So you're gonna kind of get it looks boring, but it's still a very competitive fight. Because if it was against a bum, it'd be he probably would walk right through him.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that both of them aren't bums, there's a lot of counters going on.
I think that was a good way to put it. It was competitive. It
Right.
wasn't the most exciting to watch, but exciting and competitive sometimes, you can have both, right?
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't too exciting, but it was competitive. Kind of like Ian Gary, Shavkat.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't super exciting, but it was competitive.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of thing happens. I don't hate those fights. So I won't punish Hernandez for that, you know.
Oh, no, no, no.
Um,
It's a win, right? It's a win against a really good opponent.
it's a win, and it wasn't boring. You didn't stall it out. It was just one of those matchups. It just happened that way.
Mm-hmm.
Who do we give him? We give him, like we said before, like one of those big names,
Yeah, I see you give him Jared Cannonier.
Cannonier.
Yeah.
I don't hate it. I think he might deserve it more than like Bo Nickel does.
See, and I think here's the thing too. And someone had also throw out Paulo Costa, but they're saying Hernandez is at a point where he's not going to want to fight down in the rankings
Yeah, so let's pull up the rankings to make it official then.
because we
Okay.
got what we have. Let me see if I get. Let me see how many I can get right.
Okay.
MTK.
Pulling them up right now.
We have DDP,
Okay.
Hamzat, Sean Strickland.
Imavov number one, Strickland
Oh
number
my
two.
bad. Yeah,
Yeah.
Imavov, Sean Strickland, Hamzat, Izzy,
Mm-hmm.
Vittori,
Whitaker.
Whitaker, Vittori, Hernandez,
Kaio.
Kaio too, Kaio,
Cannonier.
Cannonier.
Vittori Hernandez.
So I mean, Vittori's about to fight, so he's out of the picture. Jared Cannonier just fought. He's not fighting Sean Strickland. I don't think he's gonna be able to fight Izzy yet. I think Cannonier is a good matchup, and I think it's the right number.
Okay, so give Cannonier Hernandez. I actually don't mind it. I honestly don't. Um,
I think that's a tough fight for Hernandez too. That's not an easy fight.
yeah, and it's just one more guy. Like you beat Cannonier, like okay, we'll give you Whitaker. Just you gotta earn it, kind of, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Um, and
That's why I
then
think that's a tricky fight because it's a big. That's not an easy fight. I mean, we saw what he did again. Cannonier can just take a punch, dude. He really can.
yeah. So how
Hernandez is
about,
good.
for sake of conversation, then you give Kaio to Robert Whitaker or something like that?
Oh yeah, that'd be a really good matchup too.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I like that. Kaio to Whitaker, because Kaio has beat Cannonier, right? So like we just said, you beat Cannonier, you get that next level guy, you get a former champion. So Hernandez, same road as Kaio. You beat Cannonier, you get yourself a former champion.
Mhm.
Okay. All right, fair enough. And then Brendan Allen, he's down a ranking now, so he's ranked number 10. Where does he go from here? Does he fight a
I
Bo
think
Nickel? Does he fight a Bo Nickel?
yeah, he definitely fights a Bo Nickel
I like it. You're at a
Yeah.
turning point. You prove yourself. You
or
beat Bo
Paulo
Nickel.
Costa.
Okay.
One of those two guys.
Let's see where
Even
Paulo's ranked. Paulo. Oh yeah,
even
12th.
even Kopilov. He's not a Kopilov's good.
Yeah. There's some things that need to happen. There's a few guys, a few names in my opinion that need to get the right matchups. I guess you could say in my opinion that's Brendan Allen, Paulo Costa, Bo Nickal. What do we do with those three guys? Because
Well,
let's keep it real. Nobody really, I mean, all respect, right? But Delidze, not a name. Michel Pereira, not a name. Roman Kopylov, not a name. So I'm thinking Brendan Allen, Paulo Costa, Bo Nickal. Who do we give them? Do they fight each other? One of them's going to have to fight one of these guys who are no names. Rainier de
yeah,
Ritter.
see, RDR versus Bonico kind of excites me.
And then you can keep Paulo Costa versus Brendan Allen.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it. And keep in mind now.
Jared Cannonier versus Hernandez.
Yeah, and keep in mind, while we talk about this, what did we say about a month ago at this point? I'm not sure if you agreed with me, but at least I said Islam versus Topuria. And what are they booking now? Islam versus Topuria. It's on the thumbnail. Go scroll back. It's on the thumbnail. It says Bilal ain't next. It's Ilias next with the green check mark. So, when we talk about
you
this.
Got the receipts?
We break this shit down, thoughtfully. Because a lot of people were saying, right, Ilya is crazy. Just a month ago, read the comments. Read the comments on that video. A month ago, we were getting a lot of shit talked on us for that take. But when you look at the math, when you look at who's where and what's going on, it only leads you in a couple directions. So